Okay, hello guys, and welcome to another game we're playing today. Today we are doing a new series, and we're canceling a bunch of old series. The Witcher 2 is now cancelled. My Crisis Core Final Fantasy series is on postpone, and Legend of Dragoon is now also on postpone. So the only two series I have running right now is Phoenix Wright and Corpse Party. But this will be the third series that I'll have running now, and it is one of my favorite games ever, one of my favorite RPGs. Definitely one of my favorite in the Final Fantasy series. Today we are playing Final Fantasy XIII. I know a lot of people hate it. I don't know why so many people hate it, but it is actually an amazing game, and there is just so much to love about it. So, let's watch the opening of Final Fantasy XIII. And that is the opening for our game. Now, this game is a very, very long game. And I am hoping to go straight through with this game straight till the end, and possibly do the sequels. But, as you can see, yes, I have beaten it once. It took me 39 hours to beat. That was once. And now we are going to start anew. So, we're going to hit new game, and yeah. This is going to be a long series, and I hope you guys enjoy this series. I really enjoy this game. If you're not a Final Fantasy XIII fan, then you don't have to watch the videos. But if you are a Final Fantasy XIII fan, I recommend watching, unless you don't want to, you know. It's going to be a good series, and it's in HD. Come on. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty
For 13 days after we awoke,
barren
the
wasteland.
beginning of the end.
Let us just watch this part here. There are some voices and stuff we need to listen to. Now, I might be a little bit rusty at this game. It's been a long time since I've actually
Be quiet.
played this one. But
Best of luck.
hopefully I'm not as rusty as I'm expecting me to be.
She did it!
Had to be. And this is our main character. One of them, anyway.
You alright? I'm not a Lassie.
Nautilus Sea. So I can say this character is pretty badass.
They all want to fight.
Good for them.
Every time I go to talk, people start talking. So this is a pretty creepy looking area, as you could all tell. This is basically where everything kind of blows up in our faces. You'll see. I don't want to spoil anything. As you can see, we have flying dragons that are actually ships. Well, some of them are. I think these are actually kind of dragon-type things. And our train just derailed, at least part of it. Those are freedom fighters. That's about all you can say about them. They're freedom fighters. And we get your pulse, pricks, and your creatures, and your big things, which are kind of unfair, actually. Okay, now our train is no longer able to move, so we're gonna get right up to going to some gameplay now. The gameplay in this game is basically kind of turn-based, but at the same time it's not. It's kind of a weird combat system, but it was kind of innovative for, you know, games and for Final Fantasy itself. With the as big as the series it is. So this is our first fight. Let's
What do we do?
Watch and learn.
let's get on with this battle. So as you see, we are Lightning and Zaz. Active time, that's what I mean, it's active time. Now this is definitely... Okay, the tutorial basics of combat. We're gonna skip it and see if I remember anything. Just double attack. Now, with attacking, you can cancel out one attack to get another one going. But you only do one attack and then you have to wait again. So we have Blitz and stuff, but we'll try Blitz. It's basically just an attack that hits everything. So I am not that rusty. I remember how to do that. But things get a lot more difficult later on in this game. A lot more difficult.
Not so tough now, huh?
I wouldn't be saying that.
Hey, that wasn't like a challenge now, alright? Hey!
Now Zaz is like the comic relief of this game. He's just funny, but at the same time, this game is pretty dark for Final Fantasy games. It's pretty serious.
I'm coming!
Not as much joking and funniness, but there is it does have its points and moments. And that little guy is awesome.
Heads up.
This thing won't give up.
And we are going to get attacked again. Basically, Zaz will attack on his own too. He attacks when I do, basically. And this looks like it's gonna hurt. When you get hit, there's absolutely actually nothing you can do. You're just gonna get hit. As you can see in the bar on the top, there's a gold bar. That is for stagger. Stagger is basically just what happens when you do enough magic damage or physical damage to bring it to a point of stagger where you can deal a lot more damage than you normally could with just normal attacks. It's actually quite useful. And okay, we're kind of close to death, but I think we can make it. Okay, yeah, we made it. Okay, we got a perfect score. We got some potions. We're all good to go for now. This doesn't look good. Okay, never mind. As I said, it's been a while. I forget a lot of stuff about this game. Look at him go.
Oh goodness.
And we are good to go.
We did it.
Yes, we did. Don't get your hopes up of it ever happening again. And she is
Aren't you
just
supposed to protect civilians?
awesome.
Soldier? I mean, you are Sanctum, aren't you? What are you doing trying to stop the purge? Why don't you tell me that?
I was a soldier.
She
Hey,
was.
Where do you think you're going?
Now, when I hear soldier, I think of Shinra, Final Fantasy VII. But this is not the case. She was just a soldier for Pulse.
Chocobo, we just can't catch a break, can we? Yeah, that's a good question. Oh well. Better follow her.
We are on Hanging Edge,
I'm getting too old for
the
this.
restricted zone. This is basically just where the gameplay isn't as invigorating. It's basically point to point. You have no other choice. Okay. No, we will leave the control scheme. It is your basic. Okay, I know how to do all that. That's your data log and stuff. Aerial Trustway. These are the save points. You cannot save wherever you want. There is also a shop, but I don't think we need a shop right now. We'll save on the new one. Disc 1. And let's go. These are enemy encounters. Basically, you just have to run into them and you battle. That's about it. Let's get this battle done. Psycom Wardens. Very easy battle. Basically, just... yeah, just that. Okay. I am hoping to talk more in future episodes, but this is, like, not the most interesting episode you're ever gonna have. There's just not a lot to the very first part of the game, unless there is cutscenes, plot. So we're just gonna continue on, do all the battles we can, get as much fighting in as we can, until we can, you know, level ourselves up. Okay, battle done. Perfect stuff. So far, I don't think we can win anything, level up or anything yet. Just gotta battle out as much as we can. It's the one thing I don't like about the game is the point to point. It's like not open world. You can't go around where you want. And stuff like that. When you're in towns, you can't really go around going to shops. It is basically just point to point, nothing else. The future games in the series, for Final Fantasy XIII, is more open world-ish, especially the third game. It's quite a bit open world where you can just go exploring and stuff. But this one is not. And most Final Fantasy games are kind of open world-ish, like Final Fantasy IX, for example, was quite open world, but they just didn't stick with that. Now, I haven't played all the Final Fantasy games, but this, from what I've played of the series, is definitely one of my favorite ones. It just has a more serious and darker tone to it that I like. Instead of a, you know, kiddish, cartoonish looking and feel to it. And Zaz will not stop complaining. That's one thing about him. Now here's where things will get a little bit interesting.
Not wanting to get purged, I get. But taking on trained soldiers?
Better to die than get sent to Pulse. It's hell for Winston.
Yeah, well, hell's not sounding too bad. Because this place ain't exactly paradise.
He's right.
Domesticated peacekeepers. Nothing to worry about.
Maybe not for a soldier girl, but I'm trying to say, hey!
And we disobeyed Zaz. Let's go right into battle with the mechs. To me, they look like mechs, so I'm going to call them mechs. You may call them what you want. Now, Blitz, as I said, it attacks every target possible. Which is why it's good to have at times. But now we're just going to straight up attack. Because these things are a lot harder to kill. Now, as you can see, there is Stagger. In Stagger mode, you do a lot more damage than normal. And sometimes you can even launch the enemies into the air, depending on how far along you are in the game and what abilities you've unlocked. It comes in really useful, especially with certain bosses and maybe even certain enemies that are harder to beat. Okay. Oh, we got a Wicked Fang, a potion. Wicked Fangs, I'm pretty sure, can be sold for a little bit of profit. Now we're going to save. And we are going to end the video here for today. It is kind of short, but we're going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's the very first episode. It's just kind of a quick, short opening, see how things are going to go. I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Take care, and hope you enjoyed this episode, and hope you're going to enjoy this new series, Final Fantasy XIII.